The Pornhub Podcast. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Pornhub Podcast. Today's guest is none other than the latest Pornhub collaborator, superstar rapper Brooke Candy.
Oh, hey.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, my gosh. Of course. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Is it true that Brooke Candy is your real name?
Yes, it is.
First name Brooke, last name Candy.
First name Brooke, last name Candy, printed on my California ID.
That's insane. You're like destined for greatness.
Do you think so?
I mean, how can you not be an entertainer with a name like that?
It is. It's very sexual. It's
Yeah.
Stripper name.
It is. It's funny because I put out a call for questions on social media and they were like, so many of them were like candy and like sexual related. And it's like, no, that's her real name.
That's my real name. The name I was blessed to.
Are your parents in entertainment or?
Yeah, actually, my dad is in porn. Did you know this?
No, I read something. Is he related to Hustler?
Yeah.
Somehow? Okay, so what?
He's on the business end of Hustler, but that being said, it was still relevant, like, in my household. So it came about early on, like, I kind of discovered things very early.
So how old were you when he... How old were you when he started that job? Or is that something that's just always been around?
Always been around.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're a Valley kid, right?
I'm a Valley kid from the suburbs.
Right.
The bizarre suburbs.
That's such a Valley story. Like, I always joke that everyone who grew up in the Valley, like, at least knows a lighting guy on
in
a
the
porn
porn
set.
industry. I love it. Oh, my God. The Valley's so bizarre. I'm into it. It's like there's like this weird, like subtle darkness to everything, you know? Like people are bored. People are fucking bored.
I know what you mean. But you must have such a different perspective on it being from there.
Yeah.
Like,
I always wanted to come into the city.
Right.
But I was never really like, because I was also from the suburbs, like I wasn't close enough into the Valley or close enough into the city to like be accepted by like city kids. So I would like drive into the city as a teenager and like never really hang out. No one
You're from like
to hang.
the New Jersey of LA.
Oh shit. Yes.
So how old were you when you found out what your dad did?
I think when I was able to like comprehend things, it was maybe like middle school.
And were you told or?
Yeah. Well, I didn't really understand. Like, it was just always around. Like, Larry Flint was at, like, my brother's bar mitzvah, which is, like, such a funny sentence, actually, saying that out loud. But it was always just, it was so normalized. So I didn't understand. And I'm sure it was, like, once I went to school, it must have been, like, another kid who, like, pointed it out in that, like, mean way, you know?
Right.
But, like, it was just always so relaxed. My family's really relaxed. And, like,
Did you know anybody else with parents in the porn industry?
No.
You were the only one.
Yes.
But I guess it's kind of like being like from the Valley. Like that's your normal. So why?
Yeah.
Like why would that be weird to you?
Exactly.
Right.
And it wasn't, maybe it was weird. It was weird to other kids, but yeah, it was totally normal to me. It was totally fine. My dad is like so straight-laced and like just so relaxed and like kind of nerdy, like in a cool way. Like I love my dad,
right.
my best friend, but like you would never expect it.
So because of that, like, would you say your household was really like sex positive growing up, or?
Yeah, it was pretty. I mean, it wasn't discussed much.
Okay,
it just wasn't. It wasn't one way or the other.
Like, were you given the talk?
No. What was I? No. Well, my mom was like very strict.
Okay.
So she balanced it out, I guess.
Okay.
She, like, I was not allowed to, like, date or really do anything for all of my adolescence, like, all of high school.
Do you think that's why you're so incredibly sexual now?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm the same. Like, I grew up in a house that, I mean, not the same because, you know, my dad didn't, you know, work for Hustler. But, like, sex was just not talked about in my house, so I was so curious.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, it's just, I overcompensated.
Were you, like, sexual in high school?
Oh, yeah.
You were?
Were you?
Yeah. I really was. Actually, like from a very young age.
Yeah, same.
But I was like so good at lying and so good at like sneaking around. I was like so sneaky.
But that's what happens when
Oh
you
my
have
God.
strict parents, I think. You just become like, you breed these amazing liars.
Oh my God. Criminals.
Yeah.
I was like a highly trained like criminal.
Yeah. That's where like spies come from, really strict parents.
Oh, I love it.
Right? So I wanted to ask you, so like you're an artist, you rap,
Hey.
but when I think of the word rapper,
Yeah.
I think of like Biggie or Tupac.
Yeah.
So like when people ask you like, what kind of artist are you? Like, do you just say straight up rapper?
I
Or,
just say
how-
like con artist. Honestly.
the best kind of artist there is.
I don't even know how to classify my art because I make it because I just feel this need to make art all the time. Otherwise, I just like feel really depressed. But after I make it, I hate it so much. So I'm like, I don't know what category to put this in. Like garbage.
Like you
art?
hate the art.
Yeah.
Wow. It's so
It's a
weird to
vicious
hear
cycle.
like a music artist say that, because I feel like I hear that a lot in like there's definitely like a really self-deprecating, self-hatred kind of tone in, I guess, any artist, but I guess we just don't expect that from like a music artist.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Or any entertainer.
I spiral about everything I create. I'll make something, and I guess that's part of the process. And for a minute, I'm like, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever made. And then that passes quickly, and it's like shame spiral, never want to make art again. And then I do. I always do.
Wow, it sounds so manic.
It's so Oh, girl. Have we met? Hey.
Hello. Have you met me? That's how I feel
psycho.
about masturbating.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
this is the best thing ever. And then I come and then I like,
Yeah.
I'm so depressed for like 30
No,
seconds.
really?
That happens to me. I don't know why, but I'm like, just write it out. Just write it out. Cause you know, eventually I'll be able to make art again.
Yeah. Hey. How is
So, I mean,
I feel like never get that way from masturbating. Have you ever had a full day where you just like go for it?
yeah, all the time.
Same. Often.
It happens to me a lot in hotels because the only piece of furniture is a bed.
Oh.
So like, and I'll have like a lot of times if I'm feature dancing, I'll have nothing to do all day. So then that's like my go-to.
Masturbation day.
Yeah.
I love it.
But you don't get depressed doing that?
No, I feel like I thrive.
Wow. Like it's like recharging your
It
batteries.
recharges me 100%.
Man, I wish.
Like, well, relaxed. I'm like, I could take on the day. Let's
Yeah.
do this.
Oh my God. Mine is not like that.
Oh, no.
It's really not. It's just, I get further and further into depression and I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Like I'm only standing up to pee. It's disgusting. So I want to talk about your career a little bit. How did you get started in music?
That's
Is that too hard of a question?
such a hard question. How did I get started? You know, I hung out with a lot of artists, a lot of musicians. So I think it was just natural, like watching all of the friends that I was hanging out with create. So I was just in that energy. And I've always made art. So I think it was just like a natural progression to just like try out music. And then I had so many friends that were great like producers and writers, so it just like came together in a way that was kind of like cosmic and like magical, and it just like worked. I don't know, it just worked. It's
And
weird.
Was your breakout like all the YouTube stuff or
Yeah, I think I was performing in like gay clubs and like weird dive bars,
like local celebrity
like,
style?
yeah, totally. The first place I performed in LA was this place called Mustache Mondays, which is like so legendary. And it was just like, basically I performed like on a bar. It was just like it's like a dive bar, like gay night. And that's how it started. And then, yeah, I made the YouTube videos for like nothing. I had like $200 to make my first one. And then that kind of helped to get the wheels spinning and like, move it along.
Right. It seems like I hear that story a lot lately, and like, do people even need like a record label anymore?
No, I think record labels can sometimes ruin a good thing.
Okay.
I think if you are like a tried and true musician or maybe like a producer and you're like really controlling like the music from like the get-go, then I think a label can provide you with like distribution, like distribution, and like a lot of money to make a visual, but I never was like the producer. I was always making the visuals. And so they kind of like stepped in and the music changed for me at least.
But could they really even get you the kind of distribution that like you can't get
No,
from YouTube?
not anymore. Like there's so many distributors, like independent distributors, and AWOL is one. And you can really like do anything now on your own if you just like put in the time and like the effort. You can just do it. Yeah, and you don't have to give like 50 people a cut of like your hard work. You know, the money that you're earning.
So like, how do you do it now? Like, are you
On my own.
Completely on your own?
Well, I have I mean, I release independently. But I work with like producers. It's all the same. It's like the same formula, I guess, but it's just it's a independent distributor, so I collect all the money.
Okay. And you used to be with a record label, right?
Used to be with a record label.
Did you feel like hindered?
I hated it.
Okay.
So there were like 50 people, not 50. There were like 10 people weighing in on art that wasn't theirs.
Yeah.
It's not yours to make, and it's like when you take like something like music, like a universal language, like a universal truth, like of fucking artistic vibration, and you like attach a selling point to it, it just like changes everything about it. And it's just, I think there were just too many opinions, and it just
like what were
things.
Things that they would try to change?
I think,
is it more about your look, or like was it more about the music itself?
I think it was a combination of both, but it was like, it was a combination of both. I think what I was a bit too like intense, but that's what I think was so great about what I was doing, because it was just
intense,
inspiring
in like
to see
sexual content,
a
or
woman,
intense like too out there weird.
I think a combination of both, and I think that's really cool for a woman to get up and be kind of like messy and like overtly sexual and like just loud and like abrasive and just like intense. I think that's like kind of like necessary. Like we need more women that are like that. And I think they try to tone it down and make it more delicate and like digestible, and I feel like
palatable.
Yeah, and that ruined it.
Men.
Yeah, for men.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Right.
I don't want to get away from me. Don't touch me.
Yeah, because that, I mean, pretty much all the things you listed are like the essence of you, right? Like that's what makes you work.
I think so.
What a shame.
What a shame.
Someone would try to.
We just all need to, I think as artists, we need to just be our most authentic selves and like speak our truth 100% of the time, because that's what inspires people, and that's what's going to like, help human beings as a whole evolve. So it's just unfortunate. It still happens to like so many artists. They just become so homogenized, and it's like, just let the art speak for itself and let the artist be themselves, and whoever likes it, and whoever doesn't. And that's it. It's not about like selling to the masses. Who fucking cares about the masses?
So you don't do you ever alter things, or do you ever like find yourself kind of like catering?
Not anymore.
Not at all.
Never.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think you know what? I asked that, and I would have been like hugely disappointed had you said otherwise. Because like I think that's your image, right? It's like that you don't give a fuck.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I just want to speak to people I just want to make the art that comes from a pure place and speak to the people who understand that. Like if you like what I'm doing when it comes from my soul and heart, like that's all that matters. And if that's just one person, like I'm down.
Right. And what a great time to do that, because I wonder if that was even possible before. Like not really, right? Because you couldn't get the distribution, you couldn't get the exposure without the record label.
Totally. And now it's like a free for all. It's like the wild fucking west.
Right.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Wow. What a revolutionary time. So your first album was called Daddy Issues.
No.
Oh, it wasn't?
Well, that was with Sony. I put out a little EP called Opulence. I put out a bunch of like singles.
Oh, that was before Daddy Issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
Opulence. And then Daddy Issues was with Sony, and then I left Sony. So they like took those songs.
Oh, that sucks.
They own them. It's okay.
Oh, that sucks. As an artist, that must feel kind of shitty.
It's all right.
Yeah. But whatever, you still get credited for it.
Still get credited. So. And then now I'm about to release another body of work called Who Cares?
I like it.
Hey.
So I wanted to touch on like the Daddy Issues name. It's kind of a topic I'm a little bit obsessed with.
Cool.
So my theory is that all women have daddy issues.
Oh, yeah.
Like whether your dad is a perfect man, like that's a daddy issue because now you're like chasing the unattainable, right?
Yeah.
Or like, and I think men are ruled by their maternal relationships.
Totally. Mommy issues.
Do you think that's true?
Oh, 100%.
Can we talk
100%.
about that?
Yes.
I also have this theory that men with mommy issues are the best at fucking.
No.
don't
Let's get
think
into
so?
this. No, I want to know. I need to know.
I think just like from my personal taste, maybe it's the mommy issues that cater to my specific sexual taste.
Which
maybe
is?
that's what it is.
What's
I
the
mean, like
specific?
I like a man that can like really like manhandle me and like I'm pretty submissive sexually.
So you think dominance stems from hardcore mommy issues?
I think like
Stop. Mind blown.
I think it comes from a place where like I think it's like a weird duality thing where like they are really, really desperate for the female approval that they like didn't get from their mom, and that but combined with the hatred and anger towards their mom. There's something about that I think that just like makes a man really good at fucking.
Wow. So then let's get into this more. How do you spot that before you enter into the bedroom?
Yeah,
To kind of like filter out the bozos.
I haven't found that yet, and I found that those people are often not good people.
Oh fuck. Lose situation.
Yeah, it's a lose-lose
Double-edged
situation. They exist though. They exist for sure. So I definitely like. I found myself seeking out the men with like the most hardcore mommy issues. Like if you look at my dating record, it's like that's a common theme.
Close with their mothers?
Either weirdly close or
Yeah.
they don't have moms at all.
Oh, no.
Or like their moms, left or whatever.
Same.
Yeah. Really?
Same.
I was
Yeah,
going to ask
just
you, like,
thinking about
do you
it.
have like a type?
We were just talking about this before you got here. I don't. Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay, elaborate.
Well, I like everything and I'm open to everything,
Mm-hmm.
but I tend to like go for people that are just like completely unavailable. Just
Okay.
like hardcore, just like not available. And that's what I like fetishize. And like that's what I'm. The second you become like easy, or like not even easy, that's not the right word. The second you become like kind and like are down to maybe like have an actual like sensitive like nice relationship, I'm like ew what am I doing?
You're gross.
Yeah, I just ruin it.
What's wrong with
like,
you?
what do you mean?
What are you, mentally healthy?
Yeah, what are you, ill? God.
So you say you're into everything as in like gender.
Yeah.
So that's something I wanted to ask you is like you're famous for being very open about your queerness.
Yeah, I that's how I identify.
So queer is the Q in LGBTQ.
Yeah.
But like what is it?
Well, I just did this thing the other day, actually, where I explained like pansexual, and I feel like I identify maybe as that, which is just like anything. It's like open to personality over anything else.
So is pansexual like the gender secondary kind of thing?
100%.
Okay.
Gender secondary, just personality and energy.
Yeah.
That's what I fall for.
feel
Everything
like-
else, I don't see anything else really.
Like that means you're like a good person, I feel.
Hey,
like.
thanks. Why do I go for assholes then?
Yeah.
Maybe it's balance. I need balance.
You're on your way there. Is
Oh my
what
God.
it is.
I need
To
to meet
enlightenment.
an angel. I'm waiting. I'm waiting patiently.
What do you think? I'm in therapy and I love therapy.
I
So like
really
I'm
need
always
it.
trying to like psychoanalyze everything. Oh, you don't do therapy?
No, I really need it. My friends are getting, I feel like at this point, their heads are spinning. They're like, can you just stop?
You strike me as someone who would do therapy. Not to say you're
I need it. I do. I should. Everyone should.
I love it. I really do think everyone should. Like I don't know. I love it. It's like my favorite part of the week when I get to go to therapy. But what do you think makes a person like attracted to emotionally unavailable people? Like where does that come from?
a boredom, like a chase, like maybe you this I don't for me I think it's the second that someone is very available that I'm bored. It's like I'm bored because now I've I did the thing,
right?
So it's like, okay, so I need to be
conquering's
stimulated in
yeah.
this, like, I guess it's like a mental stimulation,
right?
The conquering is over, I've conquered it, and now
right.
And now that's the peak of the relationship for me. But maybe that's just me. And
I'm imagining like what my therapist would say.
What?
So, I mean, they say they say that therapy becomes like that parental voice in your head.
Okay.
So I hear like my therapist's voice a lot.
Oh my God, amazing.
Like just asking questions and stuff.
The voice of God.
I feel like she would like, because I'm not, I don't find myself necessarily being attracted to people who are emotionally unavailable. But I feel like she would somehow bring it back to like a fear of abandonment.
Oh,
like maybe
absolutely.
Maybe you don't like. You only
like a codependency.
Yeah, like maybe you only seek those people because it's like there's a finite like.
There's a time. There's like the time will come where it'll be up.
Yeah,
and so I can never really be vulnerable,
right? Because you're always going to be
that,
leaving.
Yeah, I know that it's never going to get to a place where anyone needs to be vulnerable,
right?
And then my heart's never broken. Oh, totally.
Maybe.
Wow.
Do you believe in like I always think about this, like, do you think that I'm not an artist at all. Like I mean I consider porn an art, and so maybe in that way, sure, but like I don't consider myself like a creative or anything like that really. So I don't know anything about what it's like to have that artist mentality, but I do wonder like if a person is like in a perfect relationship, perfectly happy, everything is like mental health galore, like can they even be an artist? Like, is that even interesting?
No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, okay, this is hilarious. Do you know who Thomas Kincaid is?
No.
He's this painter who was deemed like the king of light, but basically he was so happy. And he only painted like lighthouses and like cottages, and they like sold his paintings in the mall, right?
Okay.
That's like the art that you get from someone who's like in bliss, I think,
right?
And doesn't have any emotional baggage,
right?
I think the best art comes from like pain, but like that could also be a totally warped opinion,
right?
I think like creativity has to stem from like a place of
like torture,
not torture, but like. Some sort of emotional, like heavy emotional state. I
mean, I even feel that way about like when I read a book or anything like it, or even watch a comedy special. Like I just don't find like insanely happy to people to be that interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it's just not interesting.
It's not. I guess it's not relatable. Also, it's hard. I agree. My favorite things stem from pain. And like I think I've made better art when I've been in places of like darkness, because you just need to when you're in that state, it's like that moment of the creative release like saves your life. So I think that's beautiful, I don't know.
In that way, are artists like doomed? I mean, because if you find happiness, which is what everyone's ultimate goal, then your career's over.
It's over.
Or you're just going to be making horrible art forever.
The Thomas Kincaid paintings, which I'm actually obsessed with. Oh.
But are you obsessed, like, in a way that, like, in almost an ironic way?
Yeah, 100%.
Where it's like...
It's garbage. I'm like, I love garbage.
Right.
Garbage art.
Right.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe like the artist isn't doomed if they generate like a massive amount of success in that state and then can kind of just like coast forever.
But I guess, you know what? Like now that I'm thinking of it, like you even think of like take a look at maybe someone like Jay-Z, for example.
Yeah.
Like or any rapper that's been around for like 100 billion years. Like everyone can agree that like their first 3 albums were amazing and then they got too successful, and it's like, well, now like what are you really complaining about?
You can't relate. Yeah,
right.
You can't relate anymore.
Like your life is wonderful. Like,
yeah. 100%. You need to always be, I guess when you're making art from a place that is like more relatable and you're more like conscious of like, you know, of that. It's better. It's better.
So your music is like super sexual, like we talked about before, and like your whole persona is very like sex positive. Like you're always speaking on, you know, like very sexual things.
Hey.
Is that, I guess I want to ask, why are you like this? Or is that just like who you are and that's what comes out of you? Or is it like a sex sells thing?
No.
Or I
think it's just who I am. It was never about, I never got into this ever really to make money. It's just,
I mean, I guess also at your level, if anything, it's probably like, no, I mean, well, no, not even that, but like, it probably does hinder you some, right?
Oh my God.
There's
100%.
a lot of people out there who it's probably way too vulgar for.
Totally.
Right.
It puts me in a hole a bit. It's just like who I am. It just felt natural to express these things because they really honestly frustrated me. I've just been shamed a lot and I felt like very, like I'm sure you have as well, like just guilty about like these natural impulses that are just as natural as like eating food and breathing. And so why have I been forced to like downward spiral over something that just comes naturally as a human being, experiencing consciousness as a human being? It's just so bizarre, and it just felt so natural to like make art based off of that because it was like causing me a lot of pain. You know? Yeah.
No, I can really relate to that. I mean, it's kind of like the weirdest thing. Like even when girls act horny, it's like, oh yeah, she's like a dude, and like people mean that as like a compliment, and it's like, no, we're horny too.
Yeah, we're human beings.
Yeah,
we experience that as well.
Right.
It's so bizarre. And yeah, I guess maybe I'm just naturally kind of like not angry, but like I'll fucking tell you how I feel, and I'll feel good about doing it. I'll just say how I feel to your face. So it's always been natural for me to like talk about this shit in the way that I talk about it. It's just like I need to say
be confrontational.
I need to be confrontational almost.
Right.
Yeah, I need to like hit it head on. I need to just express it.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, maybe my mom, like, or my, you know, she's like that too. So maybe it stems from that.
I think it's important. Like that's, I think it's weird when people are like, the work you do is so important. But I think like the work you do is important.
Oh.
Like I think women like you,
thanks, girl,
are necessary, you know?
Hey.
Because it's true. Like I think feminism is like moving really fast, but at the same time, it's like, why did it start so late?
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
It's just, I don't know. It's like a very bizarre thing. But do you also think, for me, like I think part of what drew me to porn was also a little bit of the tabooness. Like I don't like that women's sexuality is so like stuck. And so
I think sexuality
shameful.
in general is like stuck.
Super.
It's bizarre.
But like I also wonder, and like I don't want it to remain that way, but I also wonder, like, would I be this drawn to it if it were just totally as normal as eating or drinking?
Yeah.
Like I think I like the rebelliousness of it. Like it's, I don't know.
You know, I probably fit in that category too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the taboo.
Yeah. Like I like the unconventional. Like that's
Same.
Conventional things are gross.
Ugh.
Boring.
Ew.
Speaking of conventional, so you recently did a collaboration with Pornhub.
I did.
So how did that come? So what is it? I guess we'll start with that.
So Pornhub, I guess, commissioned me, or we collaborated on a feature-length porn that I directed. I'm not in it. You're in it.
I'm in it.
Hey. But they basically gave me creative freedom to just create the porn that I would love to see.
Was that a battle at all? Because okay, so I've seen them do similar deals before, but they were also like not similar at all. In that like it was, I don't want to say they like slapped someone's name on it because that wasn't it, but it was like it was more of like a 50-50 collaboration. And then I went to your set and it was like you had hired your own crew.
Oh yeah. My own production.
It was your own vision. Like you were literally like so hands-on. Like you were there, like when I got there, you were like helping build the set, like in the glory hole set and like drawing on it. And like, so like, was that a battle or was that like one of your conditions going in, or like
100%. Going into it, that was a condition. It was like, if I'm going to do this, I need to be like at the forefront. Like I need to be from inception, totally involved. It needs to be my concept, my team, my crew. Like you guys are secondary. And that was agreed.
Like you're the money people.
Like, yeah, you're providing me with a budget for my vision. Like,
right.
I'm not working with like creative executives. I'm working with like, you know, it was Pornhub executives that were funding that, but they don't make art. Like,
right.
Let me do what I specialize in, and then you guys come in and you do your part, and like it'll just be that much greater.
And did you do the casting and all that as well?
Did the casting? Pornhub sent me based off of criteria. Like I wanted, you know, like cool, like open porn stars that were kind of like had a little bit of a buzz maybe, or were just like unique somehow. So based off of just notes that I gave, they were sending casting over, and I picked everyone.
So I want to talk about like the kind of scenes you have.
Okay.
So it's you had a trans glory hole scene.
Yes. My favorite.
A gay boy scene.
Yeah.
And a lesbian scene.
Yes.
So, I mean, there's zero like quote unquote conventional sex, I guess you could say in it, like mainstream sex.
No straight men.
No straight men.
Get out of here. I don't care about you.
So, was that a battle?
No. That was like welcomed. And that was like the main thing. Like I'm making like a queer porn.
Okay.
Like that's it. And then Pornhub loved it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised because like
same. I'm surprised how they really like were so great to collaborate with. Honestly, like they just accepted my vision from the start like wholeheartedly. It was like very blissful, the union. It felt really nice to do.
But I guess that on the other hand, it's like who's going to hire you to do something and ask you to do like a straight vanilla boy girl sex scene. Like it's
I'm not interested.
So how did you like come up with all the concepts and stuff?
You know, I don't even know. I was just channeling. Like I had a friend visiting, my friend Claire, and she stayed with me for like a month, and this came about while she was staying with me, and we went to lunch one day after I had the first call with Pornhub, and I was like, okay, I need to like write a treatment, because they were like, why don't you write up a treatment, we'll see your ideas, we'll see if it could work, we don't know. So it was all very up in the air, and we went to lunch, and she had her computer, and she was like, why don't you just like channel and tell and just like spit it out, and I'll type everything up. And I was literally like pacing around this room that we were in when we were eating, and just like spitting out these ideas, and she was just writing it all up. I don't know where it came from.
Is that how you do productions that aren't porn?
Yeah, kind of. It's just, I feel like I just channel energy, and it just like, it just speaks through me.
It just comes out as vomit.
Yeah, vomit.
And then
I'm just
somehow
like a
ends up
vessel
brilliant.
for like another like energetic idea that's not mine.
Right.
Essentially, yeah.
What kind of porn do you watch? Do you watch porn?
Oh my God. No.
Are you an imagination person?
I'm an imagination. No, you know what's so bizarre? I like lesbian porn.
Okay.
I like a Bella Danger who's in the film.
Yes.
Her porn, but like I don't really watch porn. It's so weird. I can masturbate. This is a real thing. And think of nothing. I can like
So can I.
Clear my mind and like think of nothing.
Same. So can I.
Just like a
so can
white room.
It's
and I can get off.
Yes. Same.
What is that
I don't
about?
know. I don't know. And I
Where's
also like I can also watch
shit.
like Seinfeld and masturbate.
Same. Wait, Seinfeld is a hot topic today.
Yeah, I know it. We've talked about it like 3 times today for some reason.
Who are you?
But
I'm Elaine. Maybe are you Elaine?
You know,
too?
I heard you saying you're Elaine, and then I heard everyone around you telling you you're a George.
I'm a George Costanza. God damn it. You know, I feel like maybe it's my voice.
I mean,
demeanor. really cut.
I think we all like to think we're Elaine, right?
We all want to be Elaine. Everyone wants to be an Elaine, but like 9 times out of 10, we're a Costanza.
I think to even be having this conversation, you're already just kind of a George.
Ah, fuck. I do have a dash of Kramer.
You know, I'm not a Kramer fan.
You're not a Kramer guy.
It's weird. It's just, I'm just not like, I know a lot of people watch the show and they're like, Kramer's the funniest. I'm like, no, it's George. Like
George is, yeah.
George is the star.
Yeah.
The show should have been called Costanza, really.
Oh my God. Maybe there's still time.
Yeah, maybe there's. Wait, we should write a letter.
We should absolutely, a strongly worded email.
Yeah. But yeah, like I can watch anything and masturbate. Like it's not.
Same.
I watch porn too, but like it doesn't need to be. It
doesn't make it any better. Like the orgasm is exactly the same whether I'm watching Seinfeld or watching like a cooking show or like thinking of a white room.
Yeah,
it like doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
And I can do it over and over and over
yes,
again.
Same.
Never ends.
Never ends. Which is kind of bad too.
It's terrible. My life's like ruined. Like, why?
Actually, I wanted to ask that. So I mean, like, kind of like speaking of the whole like queer pansexual thing. Like, I never knew. Like, I don't even know where I don't even know what I am.
I'd say you're probably the same. No?
I don't think I'm perfectly pansexual because like gender isn't secondary to me.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, like I want to be in a relationship with a man.
Okay.
I've never dated a woman.
Okay.
I've had sex with women in real life, but not much. Like not even close to the amount of men. And when I masturbate, I am thinking about fucking like getting fucked by a guy.
Oh my God. Okay.
So again, like I feel weird about calling myself bisexual too, because I don't feel perfectly bisexual either. So I don't know what I am. I think I'm like straightish.
You're questioning.
I'm questioning.
You're questioning.
Yeah, exactly.
You're whatevs.
I'm curious.
You're curious.
But I wanted to know, like, so, you know, a lot of girls do have the ability to just like come over and over. Like, how do you know when you're having sex with a girl in real life when the sex is over?
I guess you just decide, or like it's an energetic thing, or when you come.
Right.
Maybe.
But if you can come over and over, like,
well, I mean, it's never as good as the first.
Oh, okay.
Right? For you?
Mine, the first one's kind of the weakest.
Stop.
Yeah, I'm like a reverse. Yeah.
That's bizarre.
In fact, the first one's always the weakest.
That is bizarre.
Yeah. I never thought about that.
Oh, lucky.
So you have like the strong one at the beginning and all the other ones are extras.
They're all like, okay, well, I've felt this now.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
Yeah. Like this is just gratuitous.
It's just gratuitous. It's like repetitive.
I mean, I guess maybe it's an intuition thing. Like you just know it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, women are definitely like, I feel like we're the more
been able to go longer.
Intuitive. Yeah.
With women.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's just an energetic, like, intuition.
Yeah. I always wondered that. But I think that means I'm not a lesbian.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm even sitting here thinking like, if I were to have sex with a woman, when would it be over? Like that's probably, I'm not gay.
I kind of love that though, that it just, there's potential for it to just never end. How beautiful is that?
It's almost like one long sex.
It's so nice. That's so romantic.
It is.
Whimsical.
Yeah. Because with a man, it's
like start and finish.
It's start and finish.
You know.
At best, he can come twice. And that's like a special occasion.
I'm trying to think if I've ever had that. Yeah, a couple. Yeah.
It happens, but it's like it's you definitely
unimpressed.
You definitely don't have like the feeling of like this could go on forever.
Yeah,
because it can't.
It can't.
It can't.
Has an end.
Literally unable
date.
to.
Actually, not magical, not whimsical, not fairy-like.
So. Back to what you were shooting for Pornhub.
Yes.
But so you just kind of innately knew, I guess, what kind of scenes you were going to shoot.
I was channeling. I knew that I wanted to make something like highly sensual and just beautiful. Like I just wanted to make like a heavenly porn, like a light, like angelic porn. I was in that state at the time, and I'm still in that state where I'm like, I'm obsessed with like fairies and like angels, and like I wanted something to feel like just like sensual and like beautiful and like.
But it's also like you say that, but when I was on set, I got the sense it was very like, it also had a feeling of like depravedness. I mean,
did it?
I mean, not depravedness. Maybe that's the wrong word, but like, I mean, there was a glory hole.
That's true. But it was made of lucite. You know? It was like, you know, like, there was a glory. It was a bathroom. But like there were onks everywhere. It was like a golden lucite glory
There was
hole.
someone playing
violin and harp. I guess, you know, I like to think that it existed in that like ethereal, like fairy place, but it never does for me. There was a balance of like dark. There was a dark undertone, which is cool.
So many things about you are like that, though. It feels like you're a very like
a walking paradox.
Yeah, a conflicting person.
That's great.
But I like that.
Yeah. I want to be that person.
Yeah. Keeps us on our toes.
I love that I have this idea and I think that I'm like existing in this place, and that's actually never the fucking case.
It's the whole thing where you think you're in a lane and you're a shore.
Yeah, fuck. Amelia Costanza.
So usually like when Pornhub does these things, I go and shoot a BTS video.
Yeah.
And you were straight up like, you know, this is my crew's first time shooting a porno. We want this to be a really special occasion or special experience. And like, I don't want to be filmed doing it.
Yeah.
And I like weirdly, really, really respected that.
You were so nice about it. You were like, oh, totally okay.
No, because
I respect you. I was like,
I
love that.
I think like porn is like this weird industry where like I think we're always, from within porn anyway, I always feel like we're a little bit like on the defense already when people are coming from the outside in.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, people either want to like exploit us or make fun of us, or like they're doing this thing but don't really want to be associated.
So lame.
But like, I don't know, when you said that, it was like, oh my God, like you really want to like make something and you're into it. And I don't know, I like really appreciated that. I thought that was so cool.
Thank you. I mean, I respect it. And I just think it's so bizarre that people do treat it that way, because everyone on planet Earth, not everyone, but 99.9% of people are having sex.
Yeah.
And it's just so
Pornhub's like
such
the
a
number
warped
8 website in the world or
in
something.
the world. It's such a warped perspective on something that everyone enjoys. And I love it. And I had like so much fun doing it after the fact, but going into it I just wanted to focus, and I did want to make an amazing product that could potentially help people that don't have this perspective evolve a little bit, you know. So I was just focused on like creating, and all, you know, my crew, they're just like they're like
your crew was awesome.
Weirdos, and like they come from like different like fashion background and stuff, so they were new to it too.
I loved
so
Daniel and Charlie.
Oh my God,
I'm obsessed with
that
them.
banter between them, like that was, I can't.
I mean, Charlie is like the most interesting person I've ever met. He has a tattoo on his forearm.
Yeah.
That's a ruler for fisting people.
Oh yeah, he's
and he
a pro.
was telling me about just like the best lube for fisting is this, and like fisting parties that, and oh my God, I was just like fascinated.
He loves it. He teaches classes. How to
does he
fist.
really?
You know, it's funny. While my crew they come from a fashion like art background, like they also are all like so sexual, and I happen to like pull in those people. But yeah, Charlie like teaches classes on fisting. Claire is like maybe the horniest girl I've ever met. Daniel too. Like everyone was so excited.
It was a really fun set.
It was a fun set. It was really good energy.
Was there anything like, did you come across anything that was either a huge disappointment or like not what you thought it would be?
No. And I was nervous because obviously I've never done it before, and I was nervous. I didn't know how to direct. Like, I don't want to direct sex and I didn't even want to do more than one take. I wanted it to feel like so natural and honest and just like fluid from start to finish. I wanted to see
like
the natural
organic
chemistry, and have it be like organic, and it like worked. Like I didn't really have to do many takes. I think with like the second scene in the film, which is like the gay men, that was like more foreign to me, but that like still worked. It still like there was chemistry, and it like still just like was easy and like sensual, which is cool.
It's funny. I've never been on a gay porn set, and I don't even know like what
I didn't know.
that's like.
I didn't know it was gonna be. I was like, damn, I really am out of place here.
Yeah,
But like,
I mean, talk about
it
like
was okay. I was
it's
actually
true,
having
like,
to
two men
hide
with- yeah.
because one of the guys couldn't come with a woman in the room, so I was hiding behind. So it was just we cleared out the set, and then I was like hiding behind a box behind the monitor, like giving notes into a mic to my DP, who was then like moving the camera and stuff. But I was like secretly, watching
like a hidden camera show.
voyeuristic. Yeah.
I watch a lot of gay porn.
You know
I
what?
love
Same.
gay porn.
I have so much Tom of Finland art in my house too. Like,
Why? I'm obsessed with all things gay.
because
I don't know
like
why.
gay men like just love to fuck, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I love that. Like they're just in it, like they're in it and they're out, and it's just like, and it's, I don't know, they're meeting each other there, and it feels like, what's the word?
Like primal.
Feels a little primal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But it also feels like when I do watch gay porn, like they both are into it. What's the what word am I looking for?
Horny.
Like they've given the okay to each other to just be like like fucking animals, you know. And I like that. I think even with like a man and
Like
a
they're
woman,
not holding back.
Like you can't, like I don't want to see like a woman get like ravaged, like a but I am down to see like two dudes like just,
very animalistic.
Yeah.
I do wonder like because I mean even just like in everyday life outside of a porno, like you go to a gay bar, for example,
Yeah.
and it's like people are fucking in the bathroom.
Love it.
And that's normal, right?
Yeah.
And like
Consent,
and
that's the word. Sorry. Oh my god.
that's a good one to remember.
That's a good one to fucking remember. But like two gay men that are like, like all that testosterone, it feels like they've given each other the consent to just be like animals. I love that. That's what I was trying to say.
Right. And like I wonder, is that do you think women would be like that if we were quote unquote like allowed to from the time we were born? Not even just like
Maybe.
Not even just like the way.
Well,
like,
I'm also down to see like
raised,
two
but, like,
women ravage each other. I don't know what it is. I just like I can't with a guy and a girl.
Maybe
God damn it. I can't. I never
you're
watched straight
everything
porn.
but
I never watched straight porn.
really.
I like actually don't know if I ever have ever watched one. Like I don't even what happens in it.
What is it? Is it too conventional?
It's like it's just like
Is it boring?
it's bored. Maybe it's too conventional. I'm just like
Maybe there's too
Just
much
lose
tied to it.
interest.
Like there's such a specific dynamic
Yeah.
between men and women where
Yeah.
and it's like as progressive as we can be, the world is the world still. Like
Yeah.
it's just
wait. What kind of straight porn do you watch?
I actually don't watch that much straight porn anymore just because I know everyone in straight porn.
Oh God.
Um
You're like, there's my pal. There's my girl.
and it's just I can't objectify any of it. Like
Yeah.
it's just like literally I have a story about every single person.
God.
I either like them or don't like them.
I bet
and
you
then
know like
it's-
some crazy tea, some gossip.
yeah, there's a lot of gossip in porn for sure. I mean,
Is it clicky?
it's clicky for
Is
sure.
it?
It's clicky
There's
and
like
it's,
tiers of like levels.
there's levels for sure.
I feel like you're maybe the queen of porn.
No, okay, so I'm in a very unique position. I've been lucky enough to be like really successful, but also I'm Asian. So I don't think people
Hey.
are threatened by me. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I'm not anyone's direct competition because I'm Asian.
Okay.
So like and like even within the Asian performers, there's so few of us that there's kind of like always work for all of us.
Okay.
There's enough of us to make one movie at any given moment. So it's like we're always going to be working.
Yeah.
So competition wise or rivalry wise or even click wise, like I feel pretty unaffected
You're
by
in your
it.
own lane.
Yeah. Like no one's threatened by me. I'm not taking work from anyone really because
Yeah.
I'm Asian and I'm my own thing. And porn is very, very like niche-y. Like everyone's a search term.
Yeah.
But you do find that like the cliques are definitely made of like the search terms. Like there's a clique of MILFs, there's a clique of blonde girls. It's very it's weird. Like everyone looks like their clique. Yeah, it's weird.
That is
it's
so
really
weird.
Is it like that in the music industry?
Oh, hell yeah.
Really?
Yes. I also exist in a bizarre place. I don't even know. Like, I am just like fully tattooed and like highly sexual again. And like, I've made it so many different kinds of music. I just don't think I like am in any clique.
Right.
I kind of like coast in all these bizarre worlds.
Right.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, if I can't make a porn and make a pop record, like, I'm not making either one. And like, a lot of people don't like, there's like the pop realm with like the girls who are like on the radio and are like very marketable, and I don't think they would ever, most of them wouldn't fuck with me.
Right.
But there are the few that do, and like, it's cool.
Right.
And then there's like the opposite end of the spectrum with like the punk, like underground shit, and they would, you know, never, I don't know. Yeah, there are different cliques. I guess it's like high school never ends.
Yeah.
In all realms of life.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people within porn call porn like the 13th grade. Wow. Just it is like that gossipy and cliquey. Wow. I would imagine we are more cliquey than you guys just because it's like I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know anything about the music industry, but like for us, like we're all it's such a small group. And also we all live in the valley.
Wow.
And we all work for the same companies, and it's more like we see each other a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
It's competitive, just like
Whereas,
anything
like,
else, I guess.
Music is kind of like, I feel like you could live anywhere, right?
You can live anywhere. Yeah. I mean, Bjork lives in Iceland.
Right.
Like, she's killing it.
Yeah.
My favorite. She's so great. So she did this exhibit, I think it was with her ex. I think they're not dating anymore. Matthew Barney.
Okay.
Where they had sex in an art gallery in front of an audience. Yeah. She's so fucking cool.
Wait, did you see it?
I haven't seen it.
Where is it?
I don't know if it exists on the on the World
Yeah.
Wide Web, but I know that it
You
did
had to have
happen.
seen it in person.
It was like an exhibit. It was I don't know if it was just one night.
That is really exciting.
She's really cool. I wish like more artists like she's not mainstream, but she's known. More known artists were more experimental with things that were taboo.
Yeah.
Because it would just like open so many doors, and human beings would just like transcend this bullshit. This dark age that we're living in.
And she was weird a long time ago.
She's the original freak.
Is she?
She's the original
She might
weirdo.
be.
I love it. She's my favorite.
Would you say like that's your biggest influence, I guess?
I think in terms of expressing herself and creating from a place of like honesty and I guess like strangeness and like bizarreness. Yes, I look to her for inspiration for just being like a fucking weirdo and
I guess she was
owning
the
it.
first person to like give the green light, like, oh, you can be successful while being
eccentric,
your
like,
weirdo
highly
self.
eccentric. Yeah. And
also the fact that she's from Iceland makes her even weirder. It's like the most random place on earth.
it's like fairyland. Yeah. The energy there, I feel like there actually might be like tiny fairies like flying around.
Yeah.
When you get off a plane there.
It's
You're
like
just,
saying like
greeted by it.
Transylvania. Like, is that even a real place?
So,
right?
My God, I love that. She's huge inspiration. I feel like she's an inspiration for every artist, or she should be.
Yeah.
I also love that this has taken this turn. Now we're just talking about Bjork. I love it.
Do you just bring her up every chance you get?
Every chance I get. Like, but
have you
let's
ever
talk
met
about
her?
Bjork now. Never. It's a dream. I think that I will. I want to manifest it. I've manifested quite a lot in my short life, and I like have to do that before I die.
But what if you meet her and she's horrible?
That's okay.
Oh.
Do whatever. However she is, like, is gonna be dope.
It's gonna be perfection.
Oh my God, if she
it'll
like,
be
if
her.
I met her and she like spit in my face, I'd be like, yes.
It's like that part in Mean Girls where she's like, Regina George punched me in my face.
Oh my God.
And it was awesome. That'll be you.
Literally me with Bjork.
Bjork took a shit in her hand and threw it at me. And I loved it.
Like, I would tell everyone. I would save that shit. I would frame that poop.
It's almost better than just her being normal and nice and
Yeah.
shaking your hand and smiling.
Either way, I'm down. Down.
I'm always scared to meet like the people I've been a huge fan of since I was young.
Who's your life inspiration?
I don't know that I have one. I mean, growing up, I definitely looked up to like, it's weird. I looked up to like porn stars.
Really?
I've wanted to be a porn star for so long.
Who's your girl? Like Tracy
I remember
Lords? We're
totally not allowed to say that. I love her too. I mean, Crybaby is like the best movie of all
Oh
time.
my God, she's a goddess.
But we're totally not allowed to say
Why?
that, I feel like. Well, because she was 15 when she was shooting porn and she like fooled the world.
Oh, yeah.
But also like, what a badass 15-year-old.
Such a bad...
To be able to fool an entire industry before fake IDs were even really like sold on St. Mark's Place.
She's
You
a
know what I mean?
goddess. And I've performed with her now.
What?
Or she hosted a night that I performed at, and just like her energy and the way she carries herself is like, she is such a fucking boss.
Yeah.
You're like, who is this gangster like rolling in here? It's like, she's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Like she owns a room.
She owns a fucking room.
Yeah, I mean, of course. She's
Yeah.
Tracy Lords. I didn't look to her for inspiration, but I don't know. I mean, for me, like, I guess being Asian, I really looked up to like Tara Patrick, Kobe Tai, people like that. And then also, I mean, it would be a lie I think for any porn star to say that they weren't hugely inspired by Jenna Jameson. Like, she was the first really famous porn star.
I lurk her Instagram quite often.
Yeah, me too. I was
She's
just
a
looking
little
at it this
baby.
morning. Yeah.
I love it. Like, I love her life change.
Yeah.
I love the morph. She's like a mom.
Everything
like-
about her. She's Jewish now.
She's like Jewish, a mom, like sober. She's like really got it together.
Yeah.
She's like changed her life. It's like really, it's interesting to watch. She's
I
just
think
so
so.
cool.
I think people have to morph. I don't think it's like sustainable to be like one way forever.
Yeah.
So you're sober, speaking of which. Ish?
Kinda soberish. Yeah.
I'm like that too.
Yeah.
I mean,
just
I'm
like don't want to
Not an addict
hurt
anymore,
myself anymore.
but-
Yeah. Well, I feel like I used drugs in the past because I just like honestly hated myself, and I was like, how do I just like escape my brain for 5 seconds? Like, I just have to get out of here. And now I'm like, hey,
Do
I
you think
love it.
Drug usage is always like a self-medicating situation.
No, I think sometimes it can be expansive, mind-opening. I think it can be a way to like connect. I think.
What was your drug of choice when you were doing?
Oh my God. Literally anything.
Everything.
I was a garbage disposal. Anything that you had, I was like gonna steal from you right before I stole your wallet.
Really? Wait, literally?
Yeah.
Wait,
I was
hold
a
on. What?
garbage person.
But you're such a
I had a
I feel
weird.
like you have a good soul.
Thank you. Drugs
So-
made me psycho.
Well, yeah, no. I can definitely understand that drugs alter a person.
Yeah.
Is that why?
Oh, totally. It's a different human being. But
Oh my God.
I was down to do anything, anytime, with anyone. Let's do this.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds very cool.
Hey.
But
Sounds real chill.
I read somewhere that you do or did ayahuasca.
Yes.
Is that did you like it or hate
Amazing.
it?
Changed my life. Actually did DMT.
Oh, okay, I've done that.
I did DMT. Oh, you have?
Wait, what level did you get to?
I did 5-MeO, so the
Okay.
synthetic. I didn't lick the toad, but we
No,
like,
no.
smoked it, and
Yeah.
I was like with all these like surfer girls and this like weird pseudo shaman guy. He wasn't like he was like kind of silly, but I did it with them, and like ego gone wasn't Brooke. Was like the geometric rainbow energy, and I was like in that womb.
Yeah.
Or did you get there?
I wasn't in a womb. I was in like a tunnel.
What was
So
the
I did
tunnel
it.
like?
I did it a few times.
Okay.
And I had a very different experience every time because I went slow. Like the first time, I was just like having visuals, and then
Okay.
the second time I hated it. I was like going through this tunnel. It was moving very fast. I couldn't breathe. I was anxious. Blah blah blah. And then the third time, it was when I guess you could say met entities.
Whoa, you met I haven't.
Wait, but I want to hear about your experience. Like what?
It was so intense. Like I kind of blacked out a little bit,
Uh-huh.
but I got to the that like moving rainbow geometry, and then I was like part of it, and I was like channeling voices
Okay.
that were like, oh, like pain, all the pain and trauma you've experienced were worth it. You're okay, or like whatever it was. It was like really positive.
Yeah.
And then I was just like this rainbow fluid like energy, and then I just like came back to, and you know, for the 20 minutes that you're under, you like understand the meaning of like existence and life and like consciousness
That
on a
didn't
cellular
happen
level.
for me.
I got
I'm
it.
so jealous.
I was like, came out of there like blissed out, like, oh, that's what this is.
Yeah.
And like immediately forgot, you know?
My friends have had experiences kind of exactly how you're describing. Or like they'll come to terms with death, or like
That's what
just something
it was
very
for me.
profound.
It was like, oh, death is not as an illusion. Like life is eternal. It's like I had so many like crazy.
Wait, what do you think happens to us after we die?
I don't know if we ever die. I have so many weird theories.
Do you think
about
we
death.
reincarnate?
I think our energy definitely moves and reincarnates for sure. But like, what if we're already dead right now? What if this is the afterlife?
Oh my god.
Seriously.
It's true though.
Death is so bizarre. What if like every time you die, or like I'm already jumping ahead. What if when you die, like your consciousness doesn't actually die, and you just like wake up and you're like in the same dimension, and your life is the same, but like everyone else knows that you've died. Okay, this doesn't make sense.
Oh my no, it
This doesn't make sense.
does though. I don't know. It's I don't know what I think happens to us. I don't know. I don't know, and like I've never. So I'm very jealous of people who like I used to do a ton of acid.
Yeah.
For example, never had a profound experience on acid. It just
I hate
makes me
acid.
Giggly and really, I used to love it.
Freaks me out. Makes me feel like everyone is like it's just scary. It just like takes me to a dark place.
Yeah, no. Once you have a bad trip too, it's like you'll never have a good one again.
Hate it.
But like, I'm really envious. Like, I've never had like an aha moment on a hallucinogenic, including DMT. And DMT is supposed to be like the one.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Totally.
and I feel like I just had this like totally random experience that I was high is what it felt like.
Maybe
do you
you
know what I
didn't
mean?
do enough?
I don't know. Like the one I met entities, like I felt it felt more like I was dreaming or like I was having a memory. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
But I was, in my experience, I was like, I met this little girl and I think she was supposed to either be me when I was a kid or maybe like my daughter in the future or something.
Oh.
But even that wasn't profound. Like I didn't learn shit.
That's cool. Maybe it was just too much information to process. Coming from a place of like you just couldn't
Thanks for
process
saying
it.
that.
Hey. It was cool. Like I think what I took away from it most of all is just like how perfect everything is, and how it's just like my energy is just so interwoven in everything, and I was able to like really see that. Like there is no I'm just as connected to you as I am like the lamp that's sitting next to you right now. It's just like this beautiful balance and like harmony within everything that I was like able to see, and that was really magical.
And that's like the kind of thing you can only understand if you were there. Like,
Totally.
You had to be there.
I still don't even like fully understand it.
Is there a religion like that?
No,
Not
organized
really,
religion
right?
is a nightmare.
Did you grow up
Buddhism
religious?
is chill. I think Buddhism is cool.
Yeah. I know I grew up Buddhist and I
Did
don't
you?
know what it means at all. It's so weird. Like I know that my family was like deeply Buddhist.
Yeah.
And we went through all the motions,
Yeah.
but I like still don't even understand what it fully means.
I like what is it? Only take what you need. That's like a Buddhist.
Did you grow up religious?
Jewish.
Jewish.
Yeah.
But like
Very Jewish.
but Jewish
There's
is
Costanza
almost,
coming back.
Jewish is almost one of those religions that's like, is it even a religion anymore? I mean, like, unless you're
It's a
like
lifestyle.
Orthodox Jewish.
My family.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Orthodox.
My dad's side.
Wait,
My
hold on.
extended family. Yeah.
Your dad is Orthodox Jewish and worked at Hustler?
He's not, but his family is. Yes.
Wow.
So bizarre.
very bizarre.
We did like Shabbat dinners and like they're like, they don't drive after sunset. It's like a real thing.
Oh,
yeah.
they're really Jewish.
Yeah, which with each like generation, it's like very obvious that we're drifting further from that.
I mean,
it's like
you.
my dad then works in, and then you like take a look at me, and I'm like fully covered in tattoos and like rapping about my vagina. It's like we're moving away from it.
How does your family feel about your career?
They're cool with it.
Yeah.
I feel like my dad like now like loves it.
Yeah.
He's a stan. He stands me.
Yeah, he's your stan.
He's a fan. He's a fangirl.
That's so cute. You know what? Dads should be stans.
Oh my god.
All dads should be
be the
stans.
original stans.
Yeah. I like that.
I like it too.
Yeah. You know, I complain about my parents all the time and how they're so annoying and overwhelming, but like I wouldn't have it any other way. Like,
do you think like as time goes on, you kind of like appreciate those things?
Yeah, for sure.
Like I like these weird little like.
Also, I see other people who don't have that and maybe have the polar opposite, and then I'm like, wow, I'm like really lucky to be in a position where I'm like complaining that my parents are too involved.
That's such
You know?
a nice,
Yeah.
such a nice problem to have.
So yeah.
Totally.
So I guess. All right, I have a bunch of reader questions. Oh my god, my dad just called me.
Oh my god. Hey dad.
Will you answer
Okay.
some with me? Okay. At Quinn Slater asks, did you find it difficult to be taken seriously in the music industry after sex work? And I guess I should preface this with you were a stripper, right?
I was a stripper. Yes.
I can't believe we didn't even talk
You know
about
what? No. I didn't find it difficult. You know what I mean? Other women, like Marilyn Monroe was a stripper.
What?
Marilyn Monroe was a stripper. That's where she was like discovered, I believe.
What?
She was a stripper. Like Courtney Love was a stripper. Like they're cool chicks.
Yeah.
Started off in the strip club.
So we're like past that.
Yeah, so past that. I never even gave it a second thought.
Yeah.
It's like this almost seems like it fits more into the narrative. Like,
Right.
Let's do this.
Even like within the industry. I guess you do your own thing though, so it's like
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
If you just like own your story and own your path and like your lane, like you can literally make anything work.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Gotta be like smart.
You could be
about
like a serial killer and like make that your
it.
thing.
Make it your thing.
Just own it.
Just own it.
You
Jeffrey
murdered 13
Dahmer.
people. Yeah. At Brown Hamilton asks, what's one of your favorite things to do that you love but surprises others?
Oh, yoga.
Okay.
But like maybe that doesn't surprise others as much anymore.
I was trying to decide because it kind of immediately does, but then kind of also makes sense. It's that thing about you again.
It's the
where
walking
it's
paradox.
the- yeah.
A walking contradiction. It's totally fine. No, I guess like yoga. I love like yoga, but then I also love like garbage TV, like Housewives. Oh my god, I'll
Yeah.
spiral. Like I will upward spiral.
Yeah.
on a Housewives binge.
Yeah. Of anywhere.
Yeah.
I'll watch a housewife
but then
of
like
anywhere.
do yoga every single day for months. It's
Right.
like I don't know. God, I need to get it together.
At Nils_Blytion asks, does fame come in waves? And if so, does it affect you when it's on a low tide?
I feel like I haven't experienced it. I guess
Oh
it's
my
like
God,
a
that is such a
low
famous
level.
person thing
Is
to
that
say.
weird?
It's like what famous people you know you're famous when you say something like that. I feel
I don't
like.
think it's a thing. I think I'm just like on the internet. I have like people that view what
But
my
that's
content.
what fame
but
is now.
That's what it is. I
Yeah.
guess because I
Fame
don't know
no
how
longer
I'm judging
means-
it.
It doesn't mean Jennifer Aniston anymore.
Okay.
Like that's not real fame.
Okay.
Because I think fame is defined by like what the younger generation is looking for,
Okay.
and that's the internet.
That's the internet. Then
yeah.
I do have some semblance of that. Then
Does it come in waves or?
no. There are times where I feel more motivated or I guess like impulsive to like put out content because maybe there's like a bit of a lack of, I guess, validation through like Instagram, which is like very dark. I hate that.
Yeah, but it's real.
It's real.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also try to ignore it too. I don't use social media much. Only when
Yeah, you really don't.
pretty
Your
quiet
Instagram
on
is
it.
like it doesn't take a lot of time to scroll to the bottom.
Yeah.
I'll
Wait,
say
I
it like
actually
that.
deleted 7 years of content.
Oh, is that what it is?
I put out new music and like my producers who made it were like, why don't you just like start fresh? And I was like, okay. Like I'm very also easily suggestible. It's fine. So I like deleted it all. which is cool too. It was like refreshing my life and my
like a huge purge.
And now I just don't feel as attached to, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. At In Loving Memory asks, how do you feel about Nicki Minaj stealing your outfit for the motorsport video?
I think it's cool. I don't fucking care about that stuff. You know what? Like, I was having this conversation with my friend Doreen the other day. Like, nothing is original anymore. Like, literally everything that you see is like a recycled thought or a recycled idea.
Whether it's intentional or not.
And I just think, like,
I mean, which in that case it was.
I think maybe they were definitely inspired by that. But, like, you know, I was inspired by, like, another reference. So it's kind of like, I'm flattered by it. I'm never gonna be the guy who's like, oh, you're ripping me off. Like, I don't care. Like, you're making art and you're expressing yourself, and that's what's most important. And like, go you.
I'm shocked that that's your answer because your persona is so confrontational. I would imagine like that to not be
like, fuck you for stealing my robot outfit. Like, I'm not a robot. It's fine.
You were the first. You were the first robot.
Oh, who's that Japanese? Hajime Sorayama, actually, is the one. So I reference Hajime Sorayama as this Japanese artist who does, like, robot pinup. So, like, Hajime Sorayama's the one.
Right, and she probably got it from someone, too.
So, yeah, from, like, Metropolis. It's
right.
like, it's just, like, everything inspires everything else. It's okay.
Very interesting. At Mab Sports asks, what's your favorite podcast? If you have, do you listen to podcasts?
Yeah, your podcast.
Okay, well,
no, it really is.
Thanks, but like, do you listen to any other ones?
You know, I'm not a podcast aficionado.
Okay,
but I have my friend Atlanta DeCadney has a pretty cool podcast where she just like kind of talks about whatever. It's just kind of like free stream of consciousness. I
love that. I love that format when it's just
here.
like it could go anywhere. It's like having friends.
Hey, I love having friends.
Hold on. Do you have a favorite porn star? Asks at a Chayan KTM.
Honestly, you again. Oh my god. Hey, no, but I also love Abella Danger.
Yes,
she's in the porn.
Who doesn't?
Can I say that? I can say the title of the porn.
Oh yeah, I don't even know it.
It's called I Love You.
I love that. How is there not a porn called I Love You already? It's the most. It's kind of like if a kindergartner named a porno.
Literally. I do have like the mind of a 5-year-old. But also like when people are in discussion and they're talking about it, they're going to have to say that to each other. Like, have you seen I Love You? And then they have to
like, haha, I knew you did.
Yeah, I knew it. It's like, I love that concept. So everyone is just constantly saying I love you without even wanting to.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
It's also almost like that thing where they say, like, if you are having a bad day and you just smile, it's supposed to, like, actually uplift your mood because you're, like, faking it till you make it.
Whoa.
Maybe it's like, maybe it'll have that kind of effect. Like, if we say it enough, maybe the truth will follow.
The truth will follow. Everyone needs to just love each other a little more. But yeah, Bella Danger is amazing. She's, like, such a cool porn star. She's, like, one of the ones who is so fucking just like you believe it. Like she is like, so passionate.
She's the real deal.
The real deal, like the face, like everything, the energy. You're like,
almost
holy
to
shit.
A fault. Like Abella's so funny because like the first time I met Abella, I was like, who's this brat? Like she's always complaining about everything. She's crying every day. Like she's so passionate about everything, and it's like annoying. But then like you're like, no. She's just like the most genuine person.
She's so
ever.
Emotional,
so
and, like,
emotional,
sensitive. You can feel it on camera. You're like, I can't look away from this person. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, she has a really good heart. I love her. At Simmy Sims asks, do you feel like being a white girl makes your music appropriation?
No, I mean I'm making like right now. I'm making like fairy. Like mythological fantasy rap.
You're
so I don't know.
I'm
appropriating fairy
elf culture.
Elf. I've thought about it. I am doing an elf year.
I think about this so much because I'm very confused. I think like because I'm from New York.
Yeah.
Also like I think being Asian American, and also just like I think most of it is being from New York, and like maybe just like not being from like the last generation maybe is like I'm not understanding the difference between cultural appropriation and appreciation.
Yeah, I'm definitely not trying to offend anyone,
Right.
or like hurt anyone.
And
I'm
that's
just trying
what
to
makes
express
it-
myself.
that's
And
what
I
would
love
make it
rap music.
appropriation, right?
Fucking yeah, I think so. I think when you do it when you're making art and you're coming from a place that's not necessarily like conscious or like kind, it can come off maybe not in the best way. I don't know. I think
Also, I just don't understand. I think the opposite of like what people are deeming as cultural appropriation these days would be just like xenophobia.
yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think,
I just
isn't that the only way we're going to evolve as people is if we do adapt each other's?
we need to adopt
cultures?
each other's cultures. Absolutely. We need to celebrate each other's cultures.
Yeah.
And I think what I try to do is celebrate something that I love, which is rap music.
Right.
I was like, I've loved
you're
it
not
since I was
mocking
younger.
it.
No, I'm
Yeah.
like living it. I love it. And my brothers, like, they raised me on it. It's just something that was natural because it was just something that I looked at and thought was fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I try to do my best to make music that also has like a message too. So
Right.
it's like I'm trying to uplift women. I'm trying to uplift the queer community. I don't think what I do should be taken as like offensive. All I'm trying to do is like uplift people, and I'm coming from a place of like love, you know.
Why do those people say that? Like okay,
No,
for
I'm not
example,
sure.
do you remember like I don't know if you remember a few months ago there was like this girl, a white girl wore like I forget what those dresses are called, the Chinese dresses, the silk dresses. She wore one to her prom, and like she wasn't making fun of anyone.
Yeah.
She just literally thought like, oh, this is a pretty dress, I'm gonna wear it to my prom, posted
Yeah.
a picture on Twitter of it, and people just like berated her
Yeah.
and completely attacked her and called it cultural appropriation. And it's like, are we at the point where like we can't even wear a dress from another culture and think it's beautiful? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what are we supposed to do with that?
I think I have no idea. I think it's great to see beauty in other cultures and
Yeah.
celebrate it. I think that's like so absolutely vital and important
Yeah,
for progress
right.
and evolution.
It's like literally the opposite of racism.
It's just what's the line of celebrating and like then or like mocking or appropriating? What is the line? Where do we draw the line?
But to me, the line is pretty clear. Like,
Yeah.
I think if the intention is good, then it's
I
good. Like,
100%.
it's
If
not
the intention
confusing
is
to me at
pure
all.
and loving, then it's fine.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's really bizarre to me. At Pink Sweet Rita asks, when are you dropping an album?
Oh, I'm dropping a little EP. I think it's 5 songs. October, I'm gonna say September.
Okay.
Yeah.
September-ish.
September-ish.
Ish.
Yeah. It's done. It's like totally done. And I've
Okay.
never like made a body of work in like one sitting. So I like went in with a team and we just like bopped it out like every day, song. So it's like done. And I've never done that. It's
So
always
what
been, like,
what are you waiting
pieced
for then?
together.
Like what?
Oh, it's just
I don't
like,
know what goes into
I'm like
that kind of
lining
thing.
up, just like releasing like a visual and like just mixing everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know like what goes into making an EP. What does EP even mean?
Oh my god, I don't even know.
Like is it the same
Like
thing
it's
as
like
an
it's
album?
from an album is an LP. An EP is like a smaller body of
Oh,
work that
shorter?
kind of comes before like I don't even know. Like the way that things work are so meaningless. It's
Right.
just like it's an old like 90s
Yeah.
like way of putting out music. Everyone just honestly puts out singles now.
Right.
You like market your single and then you're like move on to the next single. But it's like I wanted to create a body of work. I didn't have enough time to create like 12 songs.
Yeah.
Which I guess is like the difference. It's like just more content.
What do you think of that people are, because I remember back in my day, like I would buy a CD, right? And then like I would have the songs that I like,
Yeah.
and then I would have to grow to like the other songs, and then in the end, like 2 months later, my favorite song would be the one I didn't even like in the beginning. And I
Yeah.
think that's cool though. Like
yeah, you had time to process
Yeah.
the information.
a lot of stuff isn't palatable on the first listen. But like
Totally.
now, if I hear something for the first time and I don't like it, that song is likely never getting a chance again unless it's going to get drilled into my head some other way because someone else is listening to or whatever, you know?
the radio or
but
whatever.
it's not
it
going to
is.
be on my own.
So bizarre. Also, like artists used to have like periods of time where they could like properly create like this body of work and like put their heart and soul into it, and then they had enough time after creating it to like explore it and promote it, and it was like this whole journey from start to finish that felt like really honest. And now it's like the turnaround rate is so absurd that it's like there aren't like art. Where is the art? The art is like missing, and then the ones who are still like doing it are like so overlooked because it's just like they're not a priority when it used to be that was actually also the priority. Like it was mainstream, but like also it had to be good art, and now it's just like you don't actually have to make good art
It's
or
like
good
a
music
volume
anymore.
thing
It's
now.
just like who can like turn it out the
Right.
fastest, and
like
who
I
has,
made
like, the
this
highest
yesterday
numbers.
and it's out today.
Yeah,
Right.
And who's gonna get like the most traction on it? It's like has nothing to do with like the quality of sound or
What
the
a
quality.
shame.
It's a fucking
That
shame.
sucks. Okay, so we're actually way over, and I end every episode the same way.
Okay.
I ask the same 10 questions. They're from, do you know that show Inside Actors Studio?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's from that. And it's a
Okay.
personality test. And we're
Oh
all
my
judging
god! Do you tell me when we're done what my personality trait is?
No, you're
Oh my God.
you're INTJ.
Oh,
No,
fuck.
it's no. I'll let everyone make their own judgments.
Okay. Oh, great.
All right. What is your favorite word?
Do I just say what comes to
Just
mind?
say yeah. No explanation.
Oh, my
necessary.
favorite word, bliss.
What is your least favorite word?
Hate.
What turns you on?
Love.
What turns you off?
No. Pain. Oh, I like pain. Whoa. I don't know. Maybe I don't have any turnoffs.
Oh, you're an equal opportunity
Like
turn
gal.
honest.
Hey.
What is your
Oh,
favorite?
I do have one. I hate anyone that's like, no, that's fine. I was gonna say like arrogant, but like even that can turn me on. So we'll get it. Yeah.
Anything in the right package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
Yeah. What is your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
What sound or noise do you love?
I like the sound of rain on hitting like a window pane.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Like I'd love to be a Buddhist monk in my next life. Just meditate all day. Like
That
what a
sounds so
life.
boring.
Bliss.
Really?
Buddhist monk or porn star? Or both.
Of course that's your fucking answer. That's the most like you thing you've
It's
said.
so psycho.
And finally, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Hey girl. 'Cause you know God's a woman.
Yeah. Or a gay man.
Or a gay man. Woman.
All right, thank you so much. Actually, when does the porno come out? When does I Love You come
I
out?
believe I Love You comes out August 23rd.
Ooh, okay.
Tentative. It's like towards the end of August.
Okay, so maybe by the time this comes out, it'll probably be on the same day or something
Okay.
like that. We haven't decided yet.
Hey.
Do you want to plug anything else?
No, just porn, and I have some new music out. Pussy Riot, Mickey Blanco, song called My Sex. I have new music coming out, my little EP called Who Cares. Yeah. No. I don't know. Anytime I like plug something, I feel weird, or like I'll plug something and then it like won't come out, or I'm like, it's just like, I don't know, like just stay tuned.
Yeah,
I'll
just pay attention.
Just pay attention.
All right, thank you so much, Brooke.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.